It's a beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to Man FM Radio 93.7 FM right here in Lusaka. We bring you another episode of Accounting and Business. I'm going to be joined soon by Stephanie, who is just in the background, and she's going to be on the screen in the next 2-3 seconds. Yes, there we go. Stephanie is here. Stephanie, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, Mr. Lusambo. How are you?
Fantastic. I have a terrible network from my end, Stephanie. Everything okay from your end?
Well, network looks good on my end. Just trying to get us started through the mainstream broadcast. It's gonna
Fantastic,
take two
fantastic,
minutes or so.
fantastic. So, everything okay? Are you all right?
Yes, I am fine.
Fantastic. I noticed that you are a prayer warrior, Stephanie. You've been offering some prayers, okay? I saw some of your prayers online. You are
Yes,
a
I
pastor.
do.
Fantastic.
we pray and make sure that we do business.
Fantastic. I saw those prayers, and I was saying, wow, somebody's a prayer warrior here. All right.
Mm,
So we have a beautiful morning, Stephanie. You know, it's a morning that's gonna have a lot to discuss, and we delve into something very fundamental. We're discussing men's financial health. And the question that we are asking is, why is it that most men find it hard to open up when they are going through financial challenges? And we're going to delve into, of course, the other bits and pieces around, ZRA, recruitment process. We saw the aptitude test yesterday. Also going to look at, the Zambian job market. So there are a few bits and pieces, Stefan, here that we are going to discuss, from men's health to ZRA aptitude tests, to Zambian job market, and to answering the question that we said, why is it that most men find it hard to open up when they are going through financial stress? And here, Stephanie, I have a few things that I want you to look at as we begin to discuss. I had an interview with Dr. Sampa regarding this issue, and I have a few bits and pieces I'm going to share with you that you're going to, maybe our audience can look at a short videos just to see how
mhm.
men's health is an important. But I want to hear from you, Stephanie, around our issue today.
Okay.
Uh, it's an open discussion, people. Feel free to participate, all right? But I want to hear your views, Stephanie. What comes to your mind when you see men's financial health? What do you think about this issue? What comes to your mind? Just to give it a general view, so that maybe our audience tell us what you think.
For me, I
It's
think
yes.
for starters, we've actually put a lot of importance on women. I think there are a lot of organizations fighting for women. Um, rarely do we focus on men? And the issue is they're not being open, just like you're saying. Was it hard for them to be open about finances? I think it's easy for women to break down, but should we blame culture? Obviously, growing up, maybe men were told you need to be strong, don't share with people about your finances and stuff. So for me, I think even men are vulnerable, so they really need to share. I think I'll continue to share more about it, but obviously for now, I think that's my take for now.
All right, fantastic. So, just to get the ball rolling, yesterday we saw over 10,000 people, participated in the ZRA aptitude tests. Over 10,000, Stephanie. That should worry all of us. All right, that tells you that there are no jobs in this country. Things are bad. If you can have over 10,000 people apply for a job where they're going to employ way less than that, I don't know how many times less than that. That's sad. Okay, that sends a very, very wrong signal to all of us to know that things are bad on the market. Things are bad. Somebody says, Stephanie, you have a beautiful voice. Okay, somebody's crashing on you this morning, Stephanie. Look at that. Say, Stephanie has a
Thank
beautiful voice.
you.
See that?
Thank you
You guys
very
are
much,
haters. Okay?
Melody.
You are a hater. There are two people here. There's Stephanie and me. Really? Somebody appreciate me
Melody
for
supporting
something today, please.
women.
Really? It's what we're discussing today, Stefan. Men have been neglected. So we are discussing men's financial health. And I was just getting started saying we saw 10,000 jobs, all right? We saw
Mm,
10,000 candidates participating in yesterday's day aptitude tests. That's a lot. That should
Mm,
worry all of us. That tells us that the Zambian job market cannot absorb all the graduates and all the people that want to take up the roles. That's true everywhere. Okay, but we're gonna delve into that later to see what
mm,
can we do, you and me and everyone else, to ensure that we ease the tension that we have on the job market. So that is one thing we're going to discuss in the next few bits and pieces. But also, I wanted to simply make a comment here on, of course, men's financial health. And we bring this one today because a lot of men, like you said, Stefan, men have been neglected, men have
mm,
been mistreated, and men have been misunderstood. Right? So now the question that we ask our audience and those that are following us on radio, okay, we're gonna open the phone lines soon. Why is it so hard for men to open up when they are going through financial stress? Right?
mm,
Those 10,000 people we saw yesterday doing those aptitude tests with DLA, some of those people are married, they have children, some of them are engaged, they have women. Most of those people are stressed. 10,000 is not a joke. Over 10,000 people were writing those aptitude tests. But we want to bring this down to the men themselves. We want you to share your views. You give us your cause and your contribution. Why is it hard for men to open up when going through financial health? Now, I want to break this one in this way, Stefan. Let's begin by
mm,
explaining, first of all, what does financial stress do to a man? All right. Then we can begin from here. Maybe our compatriots and our counterparts, our ladies, can be able to see things from a different perspective. What
mm.
does financial stress do to a man? I think that's a fair starting point. All right. How do you know that your man is going through some financial stress? All right. And what does
Let me tell you
financial stress?
something. Is
Yes.
it safe for us to already pick a call?
Uh okay. Okay. Well, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Yeah, we can pick a call. We can pick a call.
Mr. Wadia, how are you?
I'm very fine. I'm very fine. There's just I hear two voices. The one which is conversating with Mr. Sambo. Then there's another voice which is carrying. I'm sure it was more like a conversation between a man and a man. But where I'm able to hear two voices. I'm sure
Okay, all right.
Thank you for that. Please, the technical people, check out our mainstream. There are two
It should be a
voices going out on radio.
semantic or something.
Please check out. There are two voices going out on radio. Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
That's fantastic. So now, what we want to discuss here? What does financial stress do to a man? Right? What does it do? And that's what I want us to delve into now. Now let's begin by saying this here. Financial stress, Stephanie, can have significant impact on a man's overall quality of life. All right, including personal and social life. Now, I want to give some ways that financial
Mm,
stress can affect a man's life. For example, we begin with relationships. Okay,
mm,
relationships in financial stress can put a strain on romantic relationships, leading to, for example, arguments, unnecessary arguments, tension, and even breakups, including divorce, because of financial
mm,
stress. Usually, men when they are going through financial stress, they become anxious, stressed if not depressed. All right. So financial stress can stress and can cause feelings of anxiety, depression, and of course hopelessness, which can impact a man's mental health and well-being. Now, a
mm,
man who is financially stressed is a bitter man. A man can be upset literally over anything because he's financially stressed. And this is why
mm,
we are saying, why is it hard for men to open up? Because we want men to open up so that their financial health and mental health can balance out properly. Now, there could be other health problems here. Financial stress can lead to physical health. For example, you can have headaches, digestive issues. You're always constipated, sometimes because of financial stress, constipation, digestive issues, and even cardiovascular diseases can also be caused because of financial stress. But the financial stress, if not properly handled in men, Stephanie, it can also affect their performance at work, right? So it can affect a man's ability to focus and perform well at work, but also simply fail to focus on simple things. For example, focusing on your own business, focusing on how you're going to, sort out this issue. So you impede your brain's potential to think properly when you're financially stressed. And in some men, they isolate themselves. Right? So
Mm.
financial stress can also cause a man to withdraw from social activities, relationships, even leading to feelings of loneliness and isolation. All the time, this man is alone, stressed, not talking to other people, right? And in some other men, it has resulted into substance abuse, all right? Where somebody begins to abuse alcohol, begin to abuse drugs and stuff like that. So it's extremely important that we address financial stress early and seek help that is needed for a man to be helped. So I came up with a few lists of the do's and the don'ts that a man can do who is going through financial stress, and also I came up with a list of course, the do's and the don'ts that a woman can do to support a man who is going through some financial stress. And then we want to invite our audience to give us your comments and your contribution. Just so the moment we just give out the do's and the don'ts, please, people, are going to open
Yeah.
the phone lines and you're going to give us your views. All right. So I want to begin with a man himself. All right. A man
Before
himself who is
you
going
give
through.
out,
Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, before you give out the do's and the don'ts, I guess we should be tabling out why, why do men resort to such behavior? I think we should look at who started this whole genealogy of not, being open enough. I think that's the norm we should be breaking. We saw the likes of Abel Chungu obviously trying to put it all in a song, the
Yes.
song that he had recently done. And did we see a lot of support? I was waiting for men that they were going to root for that song, play it every day so that they understand the message, but it didn't happen.
Yes. So, like we are saying, why most men have got that financial stress is because naturally men are providers. A man has been
Yeah.
wired to provide. No man, Stephanie, no man, not even a foolish man, wants to see his wife and children hungry without food. Do you know how hard it is for a man to look in your wife's eyes and say, I love you so much when there's no food at home? It's extremely hard to say that. The only way a man can look into his wife's eyes straight and say, honey, I love you so much, is because he has provided. Her children are eating, her children are going to school, she's not lacking. The man can confidently look at you and say, you know what, baby, I love you so much. And it makes sense. Even though you are not complaining, the wife is not complaining because men are wired to be providers. Naturally, that's what the Bible tells us. It says a man who can't provide for his family, especially the members of his own household, is worse than a man without faith. Right? Now we have to distinguish here. When you there's a man who can't provide because he does not have and is trying, is doing his best, and there's a man who can't provide because he's careless or maybe he's providing somewhere else. Right? We're not talking about a man who's misusing stuff. No, we're talking about a man who is genuinely trying to do his very best, but things are just hard. It is extremely hard. And men, it's a hawk of shame for a man to leave home in the morning. You go to move about in the world, trying to find ends meet. You come back home, you don't have anything, not even simple bread. Then your children run towards you. You have nothing to offer them. Stephanie, do you know how hard that is for a man? Do you know how depressing that must be for a man? Your landlord comes and tells you have to shift because you've not paid rentals. All right. And then your children know that dad has not been able to pay rent. Your children go to school, they come back. There's no school fees. They are kicked out of school. They come back. There's no school fees. Your children don't have shoes. They don't have the needed basic needs because you can't afford as a man, as a dad, as a husband. Stephanie, that's a lot of stress.
Wow.
Men go into isolation because they are financially stressed. So, financial stress is a walk of shame for most men because men want to feel, respected and appreciated because they are fulfilling their God given obligation to provide for their families. But there comes a time where a man cannot be able to do that to the fullest. And it brings a lot of questions, even whether does my wife love me? Does my wife respect me? What is she thinking? All right. Does she want to leave
Mm.
me? What are my children thinking? So there are all these self-imposed doubt that creeps in into a man's mind whenever a man is going through financial stress. This is why we are saying there are some do's and some don'ts for such a man. Because sometimes when you overthink so much about the stress, it may even make you doubt whether your wife loves you or not. It may make you doubt whether she respects you or not. It may also make you doubt your own ability or your own personal worth and value. So there has been a lot of stigma when it comes to men. There are lots of organizations, like you said, that are supporting women, say women this, women that. So what we are saying, men go through that period because of the nature of how we have been built. We are providers, and that's who we are. When we can't provide, that drives us crazy. That's how it works. So you begin to see a man who was a loving man suddenly becomes short-tempered. A man who was a loving man suddenly begins to stop to talk, begins to isolate. Then you begin to say, you're cheating. He no longer comes back home. He no longer does this. It also affects even the sexual health of a man. I have a clip that I'm going to play soon where Dr. Sample, I asked him the same question. He explained very well how psychologically a man can be affected and have reduced sexual desire for his wife because he's financially stressed. So this financial stress, if not properly handled, can even destroy the marriage because activity at home reduces. And then if you have a wife who's not understanding, she begins to think you are what? You are cheating. When actually you are not. You are just stressed financially. So because you are stressed, that desire to want to engage into relations is reduced. Have you seen? You are thinking about how am I going to pay rentals? Your landlord is calling you. Your child has not gone to school. There's no food at home. You need to buy a bag of minimum. You have no transport money. You can't eat well at work yourself. You don't have money for transport. So all these issues are stressing you. And then your wife tells you, you are cheating. You become bitter. Nobody cares. Nobody listens to you. And you know what? You don't have a dad. You don't have a mom, a brother, anybody to go and get money from because you are an adult. You're supposed to fight for yourself. There are people, when they have nothing, they can call dad. And dad will send something. There are people, when they have nothing, they can call a big sister or a big brother or somebody, and they will send something. And there are those people, when they have nothing, it's their job to find. That's where the difference comes in, Stefan. So that's why we're saying there should be some do's and some don'ts on the part of the lady, but also on the part of the man. And then we are going to open up the phone lines. So just quickly on the do's, all right? When you are financially stressed as a man, take action. Take proactive steps to manage your finances, such as begin by creating a budget. Even though things are bad at home, create a budget. Reduce on expenses, all right? And begin to seek for new sources of income. Small money is better than no money. Begin to look for new ways of making small monies. This can help you feel more in control and reduce anxiety. But also, you've got to seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, a trusted family member, or seek a counselor. Or you can even come to financial advisors.
Well, I think this. Oh.
Okay, we can even come to a financial advisor like myself and several others and seek financial advice on how you can handle your financial stress. Here's the issue. The reason why most men go into depression and distress when they can't provide is because they have no one to talk to. And the moment you don't address an issue, the issue controls you. So once you begin to talk about the issue, it gives you some measures, some levels of confidence. Discussing an issue that is stressing you financially gives you a good measure of confidence of dealing with the issue. The fact that you are discussing an issue means that you are willing to do something about it. It gives you some levels of control. So if you can't open up to anybody, it is just hitting you inside. You have no money for rent. It's the 29th of the month. Tomorrow, the is going to call you to ask for rentals. You have no money. And you've not talked to anybody. It's just boiling inside. It's being boiled up inside. It becomes difficult and very stressful. But if you open up to a trusted friend, a family member who's trusted, all right, maybe a counselor, a financial advisor, even your wife, if you have one, you open up and say things are bad. The moment you begin to talk about an issue, it begins to lose its power and its effect on you. The fact that you are talking about it, it means you are now addressing it, and the brain begins to see other ways of addressing that particular issue. So you have to make sure you talk about your financial stresses with somebody you trust. We know it's a hawk of shame, but there's always somebody you can trust in your life. If you can't talk to anybody, can you pick that phone call? Give me a call as a financial advisor. I'm going to talk to you. You can call any other financial advisor, any other counselor. They're going to give you what? They're going to give you some advice on how you can handle financial stress. Take care of your physical health as well. Usually when men are financially stressed, they don't even eat well. Appetite is gone, all right? So you begin to make, for you, no matter how stressed you are as a man, make sure you've eaten, force yourself to eat. If you can exercise at home, Exercise regularly so that you can, you can have, you can be in your right state of mind. But also, most importantly, Stephanie, be honest with your partner. Guys, this cannot be overemphasized. Communicate openly and honest with your partner about your financial situation. Work together to find solutions and support each other through this difficult process. If you don't communicate with your partner, it's going to be twice as hard to deal with the financial stress as a man, right? So don't avoid the problem. Don't ignore. Don't think things somehow work out. No, talk to your partner so that both of you can begin to look for options. Avoid making impulsive decisions. All right. Don't make impulsive decisions. Don't isolate yourself. All right. And also, don't even blame yourself, because in one way or the other, things go wrong, all of us. Sometimes you make a wrong investment decision. Sometimes you make a crazy domestic decision about finances. Sometimes just lose money carelessly. Sometimes you misuse the money. So we've all been there. Blaming yourself will not ease the situation. If you made mistakes in the past, yes, you made mistakes. The question is, how are you going to come out of this predicament? What are you going to do about it? Don't blame yourself. And on the part of the wife, Stefan, on the part of the lady again, one thing you can do to ease the stress, especially if your husband, of course, is going through some financial situation that is bad, and you know about it, because sometimes, women are very smart. All right. A woman would know that you are stressed miles before you even say anything about it. She'll look at you, she'll know before you even open your mouth, she knows this one is stressed. All right. But she plays as if she has no idea you are stressed. So, what we are saying here, when you notice that your partner is stressed, all right, because this is a very difficult time, it's extremely important that you play a very important role as a partner or as a wife in providing support and helping your man to navigate the situation. Now, I'm going to give you a few suggestions, okay? Number one, be a good listener. When a man is stressed, you want to be heard. You want somebody. This is why you see a simple 20 quarter, you're fighting, you're careless. A simple comment makes somebody go mad, you begin to fight. Do you know why? Because they want someone to hear them. That they have this burden inside that they can't offload. They have nobody to confide in. And then the wife does not seem to be interested. All right. So tempers are usually high. Behaviors are high. Some people even go and look to go and buy a prostitute. They make terrible mistakes when men are stressed. Not that they don't love you. Don't even think about it. They're just stressed. So listen without judgment. If you're a lady listening to this program right now, I want you to write this in the comment. Listen without judgment. And I mean without judgment. Okay? Encourage your husband to talk about his financial stress and listen without judgment or criticizing. Like, say things like, you know what? Ninakuuzani mukonda kupasa pasa bantu ndrama. If a 3B mwapasa wachite ndrama, don't do that. Okay? Yes, he messed up. He knows he messed up. He's an adult. All of us, when we mess up, we realize, you know what, I messed up. So don't remind him of the mistakes he made financially. Just listen without judgment. This can help him feel heard and understood. That's the point, people. Again, offer emotional support. Let your husband know that you are there for him and that you support him. Offer words of encouragement. For example, give him some hugs, people. Come on. Why don't you people hug your husbands, okay? Can you please begin to hug your husbands? Give him some hugs, okay? Some hugs and some beautiful kisses, all right? Everywhere, on the cheek, stuff like that. Call him some fantastic names. Act as if you're not financially stressed. When your husband financially stressed, then you also become stressed. It stresses him even more. So you be able to absorb the situation, all right? Show him some love. Offer words of encouragement. Give him some sort of hugs and other gestures that show affection to help him feel loved and valued. All right. If you're going to talk about issues, talk about nice things, positive things, be positive. But even better, work together with your husband. If you notice his financial stress, work with him. Collaborate with your husband to find solutions to his financial challenges. Be able to be open enough to brainstorm ways to cut expenses. All right. And then find ways of increasing income or manage debt. As a team, if you owes people, don't say, you know what, you are the one who borrowed money. If this man dies because of depression and BP, whatever it is, you're going to be a widow, baby. I'm telling you that. So what do? Ignore all the mistakes he made financially for now. All right? Work together. Brainstorm on how you're going to cut down expenses. Do you need to downgrade on rentals, food, whatever it is? Downgrade on those things so that you can work as a team. Let him feel that you are next to him. You are there to walk through with him. And then you can also seek professional advice, professional help. For example, you may consider seeking the help of a financial advisor like myself and several others, or you may consider seeking help of a counselor. There are those people who help with mental health. I have a good friend of mine, Dr. Clinton Kadochi. He does an amazing job with mental health. Go and search that gentleman on Facebook, find him, and you can give him a call. He's going to help you a lot in this regard. Mental health issues is a pioneer of that. All right. So seek a counselor to help you and your husband manage financial stress and develop a plan for the future. All right. When you have a plan, even though the money is not there, it gives you a sense of relief. The mind works well when there's a plan. All right. So don't criticize. Now, here are the don'ts. 5 things I want to know to do when your husband financially stressed. Number 1, don't blame him or criticize him. Avoid blaming or criticizing your husband for the financial situation. All right. This can make him feel worse and damage your relationship. You're going to tell you know what? You don't love me. You don't do this because I'm no longer working. There are such statements flying around. Most men say that. When I just lost my job, she changed. No, you've not changed. It's him who has changed. He feels insignificant. He feels less important. So he thinks it's because of you. So don't amplify those things. You may say those things, yes, but don't say them back at him. Because you are the one who is sober now. Him is financially stressed. He's losing his mind. His clock is ticking. He wants to pay rent. He wants to provide. He wants to pay school fees. He wants to show that he loves you. But he can't. All right? So he loses his mind. Even if he wants to see how much you are trying to show that you love him and to support him. So don't take it out on him. So again, don't make major financial decisions without consulting. For example, one day you wake up to discover your brother is coming to live with you. Your husband is financially stressed. That's a very terrible financial decision to make because your brother or sister to come and live with you is going to put more stress on your husband. All right? You're going to be thinking, but what is wrong with this one? Or maybe you go and contract debt without asking him. You go and buy a new fridge, a new TV on credit, a carpet from the Banese, those who go through selling in the compound on credit. No, don't do that. Ask him. So avoid making major decisions without consulting your husband. All right? And avoid making big financial decisions without any consultation because this can lead to resentment and further stress on the part of a husband. All right? Then ignore the problem. Ignoring the problem is not a solution. Don't ignore the problem. Don't ignore the financial stress and hope it will go away on its own. No. Don't say, he's a man, work it out. No, don't ignore it because that can lead to further stress and potential to worsen the situation in your home. All right? Don't do that. You have to remember these people. Everyone's situation is unique. And what works for one couple may not work for another couple. It's important to communicate openly and work together as a team to find solutions that work for both of you. And finally, I took a step further and I asked Dr. Sampa. I had an interview with him and I asked him, how does financial health affect a man's sexual health? And he told me this. He told me that financial health has a very big impact on men's sexual health as well. Men tend to have reduced sexual desire when they are financially stressed. Most men tend to go through that. So sometimes when a wife is not observant, she's not careful, she may even begin to suspect that the husband is cheating. All right? Because maybe she's a moragond. She can't see the difference that this man is a stressed man. All right. So it's extremely important that when you notice things are not okay financially with your husband, you become a little bit more sober. All right. And focus on things that are going to build the relationship. Don't make it about you. You don't do this to me. You didn't touch me. You didn't do a business. No, don't make it about you. It's not about you. This man is stressed. All right. Men do not really know how to deal with his stress. Because men don't open up. For you can go and cry with your neighbor. You cry your tongue out, and before 20 hours you are sober and you're okay. Men don't do that. I'm not going to go to work and go into work and begin to cry to my workmates. No, I'm not going to do that. So crying heals you because you ladies like to cry, like to nag about it, complain about it. In the end, it relieves the pressure. But for a man, you're just looking at this one doesn't understand. Someone to understand. Then see, I'm trying. All right? You are saying it's careless. So it's extremely important. So the question that we bring therefore to you, our audience, now we can open the phone lines, Stephanie, the number they can call, is why do you think, these are our opinions here, why do you think it's hard for men to open up when they are going through financial stress? Give us your calls and your contribution. I want to hear your comments, Stephanie. What do you think? Why is it that men find it hard to open up when they are going through financial stress? What do you think? And guys, tell us how you find the information in the comment section.
One other thing that you could do for us is call us on the number 077-1616-290. We want to hear from you. The number is 077-1616-290, and we will get to talk. One thing I've observed, Mr. Lusambo, is that there could be a solution out there. So just before I finish, somebody is coming through. Hello.
All right.
Hello, how are you? Ise tili bwino kamba na ise pali topic ya munshe pan. Kwa kabwanji kwa kalikiriki. Kwa kabwino.
Leo madamu akindesera programu ya bwino maningi tamene mwatiletera kolero dasoma nefe munje iliko tabi
ndiye iliko
leo madamu chikulu samene chimalengesa kuti chisazinkhala open up timaona monga munthu ali wonse akatuoneramu pamapresha anenipitamu nkaoza unoona monga ti azanioneramu kaelezo ja munthu amene napembeka nandouza ishashikako kuchira ene zeni nenda kudandaula zaoneka mongati anoneramu ndisikuza misimalengesa ifamuna tizizisungirira tabe tuuza mzako yewe so na program monga ise nakulise monga ifanestepo kwatila imankhala ne pressure kuti ulibe kugulira kaswaji uli na pressure ya financial tani njeja mapezeka mavisena ngosalima njeja bainda mu masociety tani so program ya bwino maningi sipenda kuti mzika ko daily kuti izilimba konayo
manje ba George mukaibe kuyenda. Is it a good thing that people are not able to open up? What are we doing to break the norm?
Yo madam manga nchukuru ni akuti tifunika kushika open up to at least you have someone pafupi wamene you can tell something kuti nikamuuza izasiya kaina ngoza pesa kinamuuza ngani zakala ngani mu street baswata so you have to have someone you can tell kuti wauza ma problem haya baza kutandizira ndiye mwamene ili madam
Zikom
George.
Yes. It's 077-1616-290, and you are through to Money FM Radio. Now we're looking at a very interesting topic, and you should definitely do come through and give us your comments. Hello. Hello, Mwaoka Bwanji.
Good morning, Stephanie, and good morning, Mr. Lusambo.
Good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
This is Praise. I'm calling you from Ngombe.
How is Ngombe this morning, actually?
Good morning, yeah. The thing is, as men, we came up with that, we say man, right? And that's the reason why we find it very hard to open up. And for example, I can use myself as an example. There was a time I was helping out a community school where kids were not paying, they were learning for free. And 1,072 kids.
1,000? Okay.
1,072 kids. The school ran up for 1 year and 2 months. And then COVID came in, and then my business went down. I started having some financial difficulties and stuff like that. So I was forced to close the school. And I was owing 3 months in rentals. And at the same time, my wife decided to divorce me. Imagine that.
Wow.
And then from there, because I felt like, okay, everything was so useless, like Mr. Sam was also trying to explain it. I became so depressed to a point where I started hiding in a bottle of beer. I started drinking, and then when I was drinking with those friends of mine that I met there, they were also going through the same financial stress as well. So we would not even come up with ideas of how to even solve our current situation or anything like that. All we would do is just complain and say the world is a bad world, blame the leaders, the politicians, and all that stuff. We could not come up with an idea of how we could get ourselves from that. The more we drink, the more we felt like, okay, yeah, we're solving something. But at the end of the day, when you're by yourself, you would realize that, okay, things are not okay with me.
And do you think? Okay.
Yes, drinking. Yeah. So in the end, I also got to isolate myself from people. And right now, yes, it's a bit difficult here, but I'm getting back there.
No.
I find it very hard to talk to people.
Now, do you think if you had spoken to somebody, probably it was going to be a different situation?
I did talk to my ex-wife, but she said I was weak. I was a mistake that she made. She should have stuck to the ex-boyfriend and stuff like that.
Wow, thank you very much.
The more I open up about my finances, it's just making me look weak.
Wow, I understand you. Thank you very much for that comment.
All right, thank you.
07716169290 is the number to call. Just before you comment, Mr. Lusambo, I was going to say that there are two things that could actually make a solution. I see that most houses are headed by men, and most of women actually don't do anything and don't wait. Mr. Simon.
Hey, good morning once again.
Good morning.
Okay, about that topic, sometimes it is hard to open up because sometimes women, when we are going through that situation, we feel ashamed of ourselves. Yes. But hiding your situation is not solving. So I think the best is sharing, because the problem shared is a problem solved. So I think that's the way to go. Just like Mr. Lusambo stated, it's better to look for a counselor or a financial, what do you call them?
Advisor.
Expert.
Financial, something like that. And then the other thing to avoid these situations, okay, we have to look on the other way, how to not to find ourselves in those situations, to avoid those situations. When you are doing something, it's better to think outside the box.
Yes.
You know what I mean, eh? Like for instance, you are working, not so. You have to find another source of income.
I was actually going to talk about that. To think
outside the box. Because, for instance, like the time of COVID, a lot of businesses collapsed. So those who had like one business or one way, a lot of them had this situation of financial stress.
Thank you very much. Yes.
So it's better to think outside the box.
Thank you for that comment.
Sure.
I should say Mr. Simon has stolen my thought. I was going to talk about multitasking, doing a lot of things. I think it also helps. Don't do one business. Don't rely on work. And if you're a man and your wife does not work, you know what, Mr. Lusambo? I think it doesn't hurt to empower somebody. Let them have a shop somewhere. Don't be the only one. Other people want to be the only one people look up to. And so they create a mode of pressure. But if they could actually empower their spouse, wife, brothers, sisters, whoever that you live with as a man, it makes things easy. Make a lot of sources of income, and also make sure that your children also are incorporated in the business. Give them what to do. We spoke about it last week. It reduces stress. But yeah, I think people want to be the only one to be looked up to. I don't know what you think, Mr. Lusambo.
Yeah, it's a number of different factors. Financial stress can make people do crazy things. Like we said, it affects the entire well-being, because when you're financially stressed, even your spirituality is affected, right?
Mm.
It becomes difficult to focus more because you're always stressed. Your landlord is always calling you. There's no food at home, right? The people that you owe are calling you, right? Your wife is not understanding you. Like we heard from him, he made a very good comment. He said when he was helping the community, had over 1,070 students, and suddenly COVID-19 comes, schools are closed. He's no longer making money. His wife divorces him because he's broke, all right? So financial stress can affect almost every area of your life, including your marriage, your spirituality, your relationship with your family members, and your own friends. All right. There are people in families who are not treated well because they were financially stressed. They were broke. Nobody looked at them. All right. So
Mm.
financial stress can affect even your self-esteem as a man. It can affect your sexual health. It can affect your spiritual health. It can affect your mental health. It can affect every aspect of your life. So we're saying, can we begin to open up as men? Talk to an expert. Talk to a financial advisor. Talk to your spouse. So we're saying, even as a wife, as a fiance, as a partner, don't put unnecessary pressure on your man when they're financially stressed. Support them. Give them a hand. That's not the time to run away. All right. Mr. The one from Ngombe was telling us, the wife decides to run away. That's not nice. Don't run
Yeah.
away. Right? That's a very, very wrong timing to run away from a man. All right. So what we're saying, give us your views and your contribution. Why do you think it is hard for most men to open up when going through financial stress? And we've gotten something from Mr. Simon, Mr. George, saying it's a walk of shame. If you open
Mm.
up, everybody begins to talk about you. All right. Everybody begins to discuss you. But should that kill you? Because people are talking about you. Let me tell you something about you. People always talk. Whether you do something good, they will talk. You do something bad, they'll still talk. So either way, just do it, because either way, they will talk. All right. And before you
Yeah.
know it,
Yeah.
it will pass very soon. So do not live in isolation. All right. Find a trusted counselor, trusted family member. You can talk to a partner in an honest manner, a trusted friend. Open up to them about your financial situation, because if you don't handle it well, you become a danger also to the people around you. Have you seen? When you are
Mm.
financially stressed, it becomes difficult for others to help you because you become bitter. And when you become bitter, you are highly suicidal. Have you seen? This is why you see
Mm.
people committing suicide over 10,000 kwacha. They couldn't pay 15,000 kwacha, they kill themselves because you are highly suicidal when you're financially stressed. You are bitter, and once you are bitter, you are highly suicidal. So, how do we avoid that? Can we begin to open up the chains of communication? Can we begin to strengthen the chains of love? You need support, but people can't support you if you've not opened up. Have you seen? People can't support you because you are in silence. All right. So, can we begin to open up as men when we are financially stressed? It's okay. Even the president gets stressed. All right. Financially. Elon Musk was
Mm.
asked a question yesterday, 2 days ago. I was watching, the ex wife asked him a question. She said, what would you advise those who would like to be like you? And he said, if they knew what it takes to be me, they wouldn't love to be like me. It's a complicated life to be like me. That's what he said.
Mm.
There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of sacrifices. There's a lot of things that you will never see behind the scenes that go on. So even the most successful people go through that phase of life where they are financially stressed. So give us your cause and your contribution. And like there's a comment from Mwaka. I like what Mwaka is saying again. Mwaka says it could be that from the start of a relationship, men are not honest about their state of finances. So maybe they make it look big and the ladies become relaxed. I'm just assuming, though, and it's good that the men are opening up now. Yes, but again,
Yeah.
what makes you feel to open up is a lie. You liked this lady. You know, when
Mhm.
somebody's in love with you, they say a lot of things they don't mean. All right. One man, one wise man once said, "It's only a foolish man." Here's what this man said. I think that let me just bring this video. It's a short video about a man when he was discussing financial issues. Okay, here's what this man said. He said something very funny, but it's true. Okay, this man said something very funny, but it's true. And let me just play so that I don't distort the meaning of what this man said. Here, there we go. So let me just do something like that, or maybe something like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I want to bring this comment here.
So,
okay. Okay, can you hear that?
takes seriously promises made by a naked Polish woman
Okay.
takes seriously promises made by a naked man.
Was the laugh necessary for this man? But he has a point. So.
It is not I who decide.
He has a point. So he says, don't take seriously promises made by a naked man. It does not really mean that. It means that, you know, when a man is interested in you, sometimes they say things they don't mean, all right, because they are interested in you. They're going to promise you things they can't afford to give you. So when you are starting a relationship, sometimes don't pay so much attention to promises made by a man at that particular time, because they want you. They are campaigning. It's a campaigning period. So some men take that very personally. They begin to say things they can't afford to do. And then when they marry you, they discover they are broke. They can't manage the life they promised you. They become stressed. And then they begin to treat you like a problem when they are the ones who lied to you. Right? So it's important that you also have a good view of promises made by a man when they are approaching you. It's very important. But we have 5 minutes. We can take maybe a few calls, and I want to hear your comment. Guys, what do you think around the issue? Why don't most men open up when they are going through financial challenges?
And the number is 077-1616-290. One last call as we make it end. Well, just before we talk about ending, I think women do think about safety for startups. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Alive on Money FM Radio, give us your comment.
Okay, so this is Vincent calling you, Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why men they don't come up open is because sometimes it depends on the foundation of their relationship or marriage. Sometimes you find that the person was saying some other things when they were dating. The person was mentioning even things that he doesn't even have. For example, if you tell somebody that I earn maybe $100,000 per month, but by the time they find out that the thing that you told them is not the truth, then it will be a problem. They even leave you because you never told them the truth in the beginning.
Mm.
Yes, and sometimes some people they do those things to win somebody.
Yes.
They do those things to win somebody without realizing the problems that can come out of that thing. And it's very bad because when you find yourself into problems, it will be hard to tell somebody, even to tell your wife that I'm having this challenge, I'm having this, but I suggest that it's good to be open so that even if they find out that you are not doing well, they'll be able to stay with you if they want. But if they don't want, they'll decide. So it's better to stay with somebody who accepts you the way you are and also to build life with you. You start from scratch.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I can contribute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. I think what I'm getting from all this is that openness is key. I think we could also write that in the comment section. Openness is key. Openness, we're talking about being honest. I think everything built on a lie definitely ends in tears. So you want to be open enough. I was just telling you that women always think about safety. And so if you give them a safe ground, I'm sure they will stay with you. And when it's not safe anymore, they will leave. Right? Hello?
Hello.
Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Chelston. I'm Siandwa.
Mm-hmm. Well, give us your comment and a second.
Mine is a question.
A question, okay.
If someone says someone can call him for advice,
Yes,
is
sir.
it free or what? Because if somebody is stressed, it means he is down and out, you know. So how does he consult him?
Good question. Thank you very much.
For help. Yeah, for help.
Thank you.
Please, if possible, you can give me his number.
All right. So we have less than a minute, Mr. Lusambo. I hope you're able to respond to that as we actually get to close down.
Okay.
Indeed. So what happens here is this, and that's a good question. I hope I have enough time to answer it. But because when you talk about financial advice, people think you're going to spend millions, and that's the notion that we have. When you're going to a financial advisor, they are very, very affordable rates that they will charge you per hour, per 30 minutes. It's not a lot of money that you're going to pay. Right? Of course, personally, there are some people that have helped for free, and there are some people that we charge. So a fee can always be there. For all financial advisors in the world, they charge you something for you to consult with them, because a financial advisor also is going to suspend everything they do in their life to just come and attend to you. So that's going to cost you something. But again, the fees vary depending on the situation at hand and the person you're dealing with. Sometimes there are people, personally, I've helped some people for free, Stephanie, and there are people who have said, you know what, you're going to pay something small, depending on what I'm going to do for this particular person. So it's not free, just to be clear. There's always a fee to something, but it's very, very affordable fees. When you say call an advisor, it's not free. There's always a fee for that. But you can book an appointment and find out how much do you charge. I have this particular problem. And booking an appointment is cheap for most advisors. Some of them start from 200 kwacha for you to have an appointment with them, to sit with them. And then if they need to help you now, they can charge you. And then depending on the situation, again, it's going to be different. I wish we can talk about financial advisor fees on a different day, so that we can make
on a
people
different day. But
yes.
Yeah, time does not seem to be our best ally. However, it's been a very good conversation. Thank you very much for today. I think until next time, it's bye for now.
Thank you so much, people, for joining us. Bye bye. Have a fantastic day.